In this episode, I will share a story of a woman in the Philippines that would make you question, are all Filipinos liars? Armin says, as we all know, lying is completely normalized in the Philippines. Back in Europe, I would immediately stop dating a girl if I figure out that she lied to me. When I arrived here over 2 years ago, I was very strict and cut off a lot of girls. However, after a few months here, I realized that most girls I didn't cut off early weren't more honest. They just lied better. I was then for a long time in a relationship. Now I am dating again and kind of don't know what to think anymore. They lied to me about where they live, what they do, where they work, where they go to university. I am dating like a pro here now. I ask all the right questions at the start. What do your parents do for a living? Where do you live? What's the name of your university? Do you speak Tagalog at home? Is your father or grandfather born in Manila? Are your parents happily married? Do you or your parents support other relatives? Ask them about their past relationships. I am basically just calculating their socioeconomic background based on the answers and check of toxic traits. I have lived here amongst locals and talked to so many of them. I know most salaries and situations. For business processing outsourcing, I have probably like 2 dozen data points. I'm also into maps and can read a lot out of a place. So, if someone tells me just workplace, profession, barangay, and parents, siblings, professions, then I can immediately tell if they will be creating problems for me or not. Long story short, I will soon be meeting this girl for a date, and I just found out yesterday before sleeping, that she lied to me about the place where she lived. But it's a typical Filipino lie. I just said QC because everyone knows QC because it's so big. That's Quezon City. But she lives like east of QC, basically in the province. The location she was giving me was like 45 minutes away from her home, close to some bus terminal she uses. She also lied that her parents aren't from the province. My ex didn't tell me her brother is living in some rat-infested hole without proper mattress while we were spending so much money on fun dining. A rich girl lied about having a car. I booked a Grab, so she had to go back to my place to the restaurant at 2 a.m. to pick up her car and drive me home as she needed to work next day. Another girl hid that her dad works as an engineer in the Emirates. There's so many more examples I could bring up. So, it's not just poor girls. Even rich girls do it all the time. Then, like 90% of trans lie being trans. What other country has people like this? Like, there is no other country where nearly every trans girl lies about being trans. I understand completely why Filipinas do this. People in the Philippines think they can fix a problem by making it look good from the outside. That's all what matters here. If it looks good, then it's not a problem anymore. That's why they hate bitter truths, confrontations, talking about problems or improvements in general. That's also one of the main reasons nothing improves here. They say, I lied to you because I like you. No thanks. I completely lost the interest now in this girl as I can't stand this lying, especially poor girls trying to appear middle class. We'll still go on the date as we prepared for some tickets, but it feels like a waste of time, and I will be probably just annoyed by her. I really don't know, never had this situation before. The girl is extremely pretty, goes to OK University, didn't skip anything, her parents seem caring and happy, married, she seems super cool and fun. It's really just the lying. How do you guys deal with the lying while dating here? Is it okay for you if it's just in the start and harmless lies? Or do you believe in this magical occasional exceptions and hunt for them? I really can't see myself here in a serious relationship anymore. Such a waste of time. Edit. I am 30 years old, engineer, tall, hit the gym, love to cook and eat healthy. Also had always had girlfriends through my 20s back in Europe. So keep the BS to yourself. Want to see how any of you will find here easy good girls without getting 90% of them all the time the opposite. If you know how to speak up, wise man. So I am looking for girls my age or a little bit younger, hence they often are still in university, usually I am 25 plus now. This is a person's story. Although there's so many truths in this, a couple of caveats. The way you speak assumes that every Filipina that talks to you tells you the truth. They don't. It's the opposite. They're all liars. So when you ask your questions or the list of questions that would make you feel more comfortable about their economical situation, you are assuming they are being truthful. Every Filipino lies. That is a fact. It's just how big the lie is or how much can you tolerate. The fact that you think you could find a good Filipina in the Philippines shows me that either you did not do enough homework. Actually, even by now, after 2 years, you're still falling for it. You are still going through with a date that you know deep down you are not okay with. Why? Because you bought some tickets? Why are you buying tickets on a first date? You, sir, may be young, but you're still a simp. No matter how handsome you are, you cannot teach certain characteristics to some men. Some men are alphas and some men are not. And the ones that are don't have to go telling people they go to the gym or whatnot. So just because you are young and relatively handsome does not mean you are spared from the lying or that Filipinos somehow don't want your money. Don't forget, Filipinos do not care about the way they look. They only care about money. If they have their own money, they'll always date a Filipino, not a stranger, not some European guy, even if you are white. It does not matter. The white situation only happens to poor people, and that is apparently not what you're looking for. External television says, agree, serious relationships here are a waste of time and money. Keep it superficial and enjoy it while it lasts. Quit hunting for unicorns. Precisely. But then again, why be here? If you're going to simply just have fun and pay for it, why live here? Come here for a month, do what you want, and live somewhere more comfortable. Imaginary Radio says, it's easy to tell the guys that weren't able to date before they moved to the Philippines versus the guys that moved to find a decent woman. The ones that weren't able to date are so excited about finally meeting women that they post these essays bragging about how they've got it all figured out, and women are oozing out of every orifice, begging for their attention. Original post, they're all lying to you. Finding a young Filipina in college that doesn't lie and isn't seeing multiple other foreigners is like looking for water that isn't wet. Precisely. Do not be fooled. Do not think that somehow you found a good girl. A good girl would not be talking to you as a foreigner, most likely at least 10 to 20 years older. Keep that in mind. You are a wallet. That's it. If she kisses you, hugs you, gives you her body, or shows you her body on camera, does not mean she actually loves you. She has a local boyfriend, or at least multiple, and talking to dozens of men who send her, let's say, tuition money, money for food, or books, or whatever else, taking quiz or nonsense. They feed you fools. Temuj says, yeah, I have zero tolerance for it as well, but luckily my wife has... Okay, why are you here with the wife? Go enjoy your life. I don't read comments with people with wives talking about dating women and how they met their wives 30 years ago. Rico says, depending on what it is, I just take notes of it and put them in a category in my mind. Had one that was kind of big on TikTok. I think TikTok is one of the dumbest apps ever created. Whenever she's alone, she'll bring up that some came up to her and said they know her from TikTok. In the year or so, we've known each other. We've seen each other a lot. Never happened when we were together, LOL, but almost always happens when I'm not around, apparently. I don't think that's a big deal. Others have lied way worse though, so I either just cut them off or just have some fun with them for a while. Now just waiting for the, quote, you're picking the wrong Filipina, replies, LOL. Been coming to the Philippines since 2015 and moved here full-time last year. They're all about the same. Precisely. TikTok is another thing. Everyone says they're a content creator or some kind of TikToker influencer. They are not. People don't understand how many millions of views you need to even get a single dollar on TikTok. It is not a career. It's not going to be. Only a very few small percentage of people even make money from TikTok. I'm not even certain if the Philippines qualifies for TikTok monetization. They probably just get some points where they could spend it on Shopee or some other bullshit. Thanks for listening. God bless.